Grand Rising, everyone. I hope that you and your family is doing well on this rise. Victoria Shakoor here. So I'm not gonna wait for anyone to join me. I'm just gonna go right into this because I had to pull over. I was nudged to do this, to share this upload with you. And you guys gonna have to decipher this one with me. I'm transparent that way. Sometimes I get these uploads and I don't always understand them, okay? I get them and I sit with them and I do my best to decipher them sometimes, and then I come and share it with you because I keep being nudged to share it. So for those of you that is meant to hear this will, that's how I see it, be meant to those who are meant to see my messages, my videos, will see it, and you will be able to understand the message within them. Because I think some of these messages be coded for some reason. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started with it. So I was just, these uploads come at odd times too. And I know when it's a difference between just something I'm thinking about and a download, because when it's something I'm totally not thinking about at all, like my mind is not even on anything spiritual or anything, to assist, with anything at that moment. And then all of a sudden it comes and it feels right and it feels comforting, and it makes me question, like, oh, what? Like, okay. And so then I know it's an upload, you know what I mean? It's a feeling. It's not easy to explain. And sometimes, you guys, spiritual messages, like me, I have a knowing as a clairsentient, and I don't always know how to explain certain things. So certain things I don't even come on here and talk about because I just don't know how to explain it, when I'm working with people, and there are times when I will say certain things and they will be like, well, can you repeat that? I'm trying to write it down and take notes. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. So sometimes I'm saying that to say that sometimes my videos, you may have to listen to it again. I've had people tell me, oh, I had to go back and listen to that again. Then I heard this that I didn't even hear the first time. So I'm so thankful for this type of technology where people like me can get messages out to those whom we came here to speak to and to remind you of who you are and move you past some of the traumas and things that you've experienced during this physical form. Okay. So I'm just getting ready for bed, and it came to me, the word soldier. And then for some reason, the word was there before my eyes, and then it was broken down into soul die, and then the letter R. So I wrote it down. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's see. Can you see that? I don't know if it's backwards when you look at it, but I wrote it down, soul. See how it says soul die, and then the R. And I was like, oh, what that mean? So what does that mean? Soul die. And then the R. Okay. So soul die. So I just kind of sat with that, and then I was guided to look up the word, look up the word, and then each part of the word. So that's what I did. So soldier is a person who serves in an army or a military. It could also mean a fighting man, one who obeys the command of someone else. That's a soldier. Soul, S-O-L, means the personification of the sun. That's one of the meanings. The personification of the sun. It also means the sun. And some other things, it can mean it's a measure of a unit of a measured unit value. It means that, and also it can mean a musical note. So, but the first and very first meaning I noticed was that it means the sun personified. Soul. Die, we all know what that means. It means to no longer exist, stop existing, stop being alive, or stop existing. You following this? So, and then I was guided to look up soul, S-O-L-E, which is the bottom of the shoe. It's called a sole. Isn't that interesting? And then I learned all the different parts of a shoe. It was so interesting, you guys. I love researching and looking things up because it just gets real interesting. And then I looked up soul, S-O-U-L. And it means a human being. And that's the fifth definition. A spiritual part of a human. So that's S-O-U-L. So you got soul, S-O-L, personification of the sun, S-O-L-E, the bottom of the shoe, S-O-U-L, meaning a spiritual part of a human. And the word soul, when I was guided to go back up, soul, the sun personified, all they did was added a U. The sun personified. It's you. So I drew like these little pictures down here because sometimes my messages come in pictures. I'll probably make a picture and post this. And then die, to stop existing. When I was thinking about this, and then the letter R, how that became the letter R, that was a depiction of a head in the, I forgot what it was called, like old, going way back before there were letters, where the letters come from and what each letter represented, and this R represented the head. So maybe some of you will put that together for me even better than what I was able to do. I'm still sitting with this, but I was nourished to share it. And I'm thinking I was nourished to share it because there's someone out there that needs to hear this and that will be able to put this together. And when I was thinking about this, when I was thinking about that whole thing, when I was looking up the words and putting it together and stuff, and I was on my way over to share with you, and even right now, like, I keep getting this feeling that I want to cry. And it's like, I really, for some reason, it's overwhelming me. It's making me want to cry because it's one thing to be a protector of your home. And this country is our home. And I don't want to hear nothing about, that's 3D stuff. And, listen, we're here in the physical form in this 3D doing our thing. And you are multidimensional, and one of them is that you're physical. You still eating food and you still pissing and shitting. So I ain't trying to hear that, okay? There are certain things that's going to affect us in this dimension, and as long as we stay aware, okay. As long as we stay aware that that's what it is, then you're good. It's when you're not aware. It's like a lot of these NPCs walking around and not aware of things. Oh, wow, something's coming up, right? So it's one thing to be a protector of your home. And this country is our home. If you live in the United States, and wherever you live, that's your home. Whatever country you're from, wherever you're listening to this from, that's your home. And so it's one thing to be a protector of your home, but to go out and kill other human beings just because you're taking orders from someone who's, and from someone's who, I mean, okay, let me put it this way. To go out and kill other human beings who have not proclaimed to harm you, who have not done anything to you, to harm you, to threaten you, your family, or anything like that. Hold on. Okay. Your soul dies. Your soul has to die to be able to go out and do that. Your soul has to die. Excuse me, y'all. Our young men and women has been called to do harm, to kill, to actually kill other human beings in other places that has not threatened us. They didn't pose no threat to us, to our country, or anything. This is why they are called soldiers. Soldiers. And it's spelled the way that it's spelled. Soldiers. And it's spelled the way that it's spelled. I even looked at the old spelling. It was one spelled with a J. It wasn't always spelled like that. A lot of things in this 3D with this language that we use called English. A lot of the spells, a lot of the programming, broadcasting, telling lies to our vision is right there in the words that we use. That's why, when I was sitting thinking one day, and I'm like, when you become aware, when your gifts come online and you become aware and you start to know that you are a chosen one, your communication with the words that you use change. Like I say, grand rising instead of good morning, because you begin to understand the vibration of words. And then people say your first eye starts to open up and you start to see certain things that people don't see. All they're doing is removing one letter, and they say that changes the whole meaning. But the thing is, the vibration is the same. It has the same vibration. What is vibration? Vibration is a frequency that moves certain things in our bodies. I've been studying this whole vibration and sound vibration and things, and learning that the different shapes and things that we see in the universe, that's out in the universe, was created from sound vibration, from sound. That's why music is important, and music is very spiritual. See, everything connects. Everything is everything. Everything connects. So when you become more aware, more spiritually aware, and start really, your heart is in helping people, you really want to help people, remember who they are and move past their traumas and dis-eases and things like that, their abuse, because they're walking around, they don't remember who they are. And they're walking around with these scars that's constantly playing out in their life. Your language becomes different. You begin to speak differently. People look at you differently. People think you crazy. Family members, people close to you think you crazy. Or, yeah, she into all that, weird stuff, weirdo. When you say you want to connect with your ancestors, they think that's weirdo stuff. You are your ancestors. When you say that you're connecting with your ancestors, you're going within, connecting with all of that DNA lineage going back. That's all. That's what you're doing. When you meditate and you're thinking about your ancestors and you want to connect with them, you're thinking about grandma, grandpa, great-grandma, grandpa. And if you have their pictures, you can picture them in your mind then, because you have a visual now. Because you badass like that. So don't let nobody make you feel like you weird for doing that, or for seeing certain things. I'm gonna do a video too. That video is gonna be weird, really weird. But so I had to come on here and share that with you guys, because I don't know, it's like I gotta wipe my eyes, because I don't know, when I think about this, it's tearing me up. I don't know why yet. I guess when it's revealed to me why, I will share with you guys. But but that was eye-opening, the soul, because if you take the U out, it's S-O-L. So the soul is you, the sun, personified, star child. It's you. And a lot of our star children are over there. Your soul has to die in order to do that. Those of us who are organic humans, when we become soldiers, our soul has to die. You cannot, if you maintain your soul, you're just not going to do it. You're not going to do it. And that explains why a lot of them come back just broken and just, they have to get on drugs to even cope, because they actually lost their soul to kill human beings. Children. You think these people spraying this stuff in the sky on us, all these chemicals on us, got souls? When you have a soul, you just can't. The only time you can harm another human being is if they are threatening your life or your family's life. A real soul person, that's the only time. You should not, a person with a soul is not gonna just be harming people just because they're following orders. You think these police officers out here that can harm a woman, harm a man, an unarmed man that's not threatening to them, I don't care what their definition of threaten is. If they're running from you, how is that a threat? How? Because you can't, because you're so fat and out of shape, you can't chase them down and catch them? They're doing everything you asked them to do and they're a threat. So, my point is, a person that has a soul, the sun personified, S-O-L. S-O-L-U-L. It's you. You. They took the U out. It's just soul. The sun. But its soul is the sun personified. So when you add the U in there, it's part of a human. What's personified? Something that's personified. That's personified has the root word person. Right? And then soul, S-U-L, because you is a spiritual part of a human being. The sun personified human part of a human being. I'm still putting it together. And then the sole of your shoes. And you know when soldiers, what they have on boots, and they go marching, they gotta stomp that soul out of you. They go marching and they stomping and they sing certain songs, and it's all a programming, right? It's heavy stuff. Yeah, just sitting with it for a minute. So y'all leave a comment below, especially you chosen ones. And some of y'all chosen ones, you don't know it. It'll come to you though. And you may break this down even further than what I have. I always keep my notes when I have to write things down and research it and do my best to put together the message that is to be shared. Yeah, so soul, the sun, soul, you. So the sun is you. And then soul underneath the shoe. Underneath the shoe and die, right? R represents the head. Soldier. Almost like sojourn, right? And die is to stop existing. When I was putting that together, I was feeling like I was reaching. I was like, okay, this is reaching, but it came to me for a reason. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me. All right. Okay. That's all I got for now. You know, when I looked up soul, I looked it up as the etymology of soul, and that's what I got, the personification of the sun. All right, and then yeah, so that's how I looked that up. Let me see, is there anything else? Okay. Whew. I don't know why that felt like such heavy, sad energy. Soldier.